Terry, I'm here for a particular reason. Terry, I'm really upset about what happened with them hooking up to, allowing Crystal to hook up to the water authority. Okay? They've been, for several times, they didn't want to get on the water authority initially. And a couple years ago, whenever they did rebuilt their water plant, they thought that company was going to be in, and build their water plant for them. I went to a meeting over there, me and Happy Welch, when I was president of the water authority, and I was also on the city council, and I attended a meeting. And at one point they asked them, Tony Piccarello stood up and he said, "Oh, by the way, we don't have to work with Festus, right?" And they said no. So I was like, okay, you guys don't want to utilize us, that's fine. I got up and I walked out. Then then they built that water plant, and I know, and you know that I know about these water plants. What they end up doing on that new water plant, that other company pulled out. And what they end up doing is, remember the time where they were talking about, and we were looking at this, where you put a pipe inside of a pipe and you pack it with gravel? That's what they end up doing. So this water plant is on a ticking time clock. As we both know, the problem wasn't the pipe keeping it clean, it was the aquifer. So basically, the problem we were having back then is cleaning the laterals. And
hi, sir. How are you?
It's cleaning the laterals, and it's like changing the oil changing the oil filters without changing the oil. So anyway, they're going to have a problem. And when I found out that you guys allowed them to hook up to the water plant without, for 20 years, the citizens of Festus has been paying for that. And we've been paying a premium, on the contract. We've been paying for 1.1 million gallons a day. Herky's 450,000, whether we use it or not. So we've been paying a premium to compensate for Peevely and Herky not hooking up. So now all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, Terry, because I know I like you. You've been a very good board member, but all of a sudden, Greg gets on there. There's Greg right there, Greg Kemp, city administrator, and he gets with his buddy Jim Kasten and Jason Eisenbeis. Is that his name? The public work or the city administrator for Crystal?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, they allow, and you voted for this, to hook up. So they're locked in at the same rate that we pay, after we've been paying for 20 years as an elevated rate.
It's only an emergency case.
It is right now, but why do they get a discount rate of $4.70, just like what we get, after our citizens? I mean, think of the hardships that a lot of our citizens have been through, paying this water bill up high. There's probably been lives affected in the last 20 years. Mike Cage ran on this back in 2011 whenever he ran for mayor. That was probably even before that, I think, because the water rates were so high and it was affecting people. And then, so we got people that's lives been affected. All of a sudden, Crystal, who disses us, they're continuously making a comment. We don't have to work with Festus, and we could have very easily, we have a hookup like we did back when they built the plant. We could have sold them the water for the same rate that we sell our citizens, which is what we did back in when they built the water plant and they had it shut down for a month. And now all of a sudden, these guys get in there with their buddies and they basically screw all the citizens. And I'm not very happy about that, because we've been paying we're talking millions of dollars that we've been paying, and Crystal's been like thumbing their nose at us. Greg comes along and he allows them to hook up to the line. So, yeah, and they're non-transparent. Greg is very well known to be non-transparent. I checked the logs, the agenda, and the minutes of the meetings. There haven't been a minutes of the meeting since February. And so, anyway, I'm here to attend the meeting.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah. Hey, get your hand off me. You get your hand off me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's assault. This is going straight to the cops. You can't keep me out. You got to allow the public in here. Yeah, I don't care. You have to allow us access to the meetings. You have to allow us, call the cops. Call them. Because you have to allow us access, according to the Missouri Sunshine Law. You got to have a computer. You got to do just like you do the regular meetings. Call the cops. Yeah, well, I want to see it be in the meeting. No, I'm not. This is my city. You don't even live here, Greg Camp. You don't even live here. No, I'm not touching. You already assaulted me. Yeah, you touched me. You can't touch me, you prick.
That's verbal assault.
Yeah, well, go ahead and call the cops. We'll see who wins. No, I'm not letting go of the door. Let them know. Why didn't you call the cops instead of assaulting me? You assaulted me. You're out here, you're ripping off our citizens. You don't even put the minutes in the meeting for the last 4 months. You haven't had the minutes because you do all this secret shit. That's what you do. You sell the citizens out. You make $100,000 a year. For the last 10 weeks, you've been working 4 days a week, $100,000 a year. No, I'm not letting go. This is my door. This is the citizens' door. You don't own, you don't even live here. Do not get, no, I'm not going anywhere. No, I'm not letting go of the door. Get the cops over here. Why don't you get the hell out of my way? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is how you do, because you're an asshole. You are the biggest asshole that's ever been to this town. You got secret meetings. You've been already. You go in when I'm running for office, and you lie. You're a liar. You go there and you accuse me of. I paid my taxes. I got it all straightened out. You didn't even call it. That's what you are, because you don't even know how to address it. I'm not. No, I'm not letting go of the door. I'm not letting go of the door. I'm gonna attend the meeting. I want to watch the meeting. Sunshine Law says you have to allow me to watch the meeting. How?
On the YouTube channel.
Where?
Off the city's website.
No. No. This is my city. You don't even live here.
Poster right here.
Why don't you go on into your damn meeting?
I will as soon as you let go of the door.
I'm not letting go of the door.
You're going to need to let go of the door.
I'm not letting go of the door. You don't even live here. This is not your door. This is my door. I've been living here for my whole life. My dad lives here. I don't care. I want to attend the meeting. You let me know where I can watch the meeting. Let the cops deal with it. Get the hell away from me. Get the hell away from me, Camp. You've already assaulted me. I will file charges. You touched me. He touched me. He can't touch me, Tim. He touched me. He didn't have to touch me. He could have called you guys. I did not charge you. I got it on tape, so you go ahead, because I'm filing charges. I'm tired of this guy ripping our town off. How will you? I need to be involved in the meeting. I want to watch the meeting. The other meetings weren't on YouTube.
This is going to be on YouTube. We're closed because of COVID. That's why everybody's trying.
They've had meetings, Tim, since February. Yeah, you have.
I'm not here to debate that.
How did you sign the contract to let Crystal in to rip us off? How did you sign that?
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Unfortunately, because it's COVID restrictions, that's why we're all trying to.
This is bullshit. Tim, you know they're ripping us off. Crystal City, they tied into the water plant after you, Doug, and me. We've been spending millions of dollars on that water plant because Crystal and Peewee did not sign up. And even at one time when they were building the plant, I went to a meeting and I asked him, I said, I was going over there because I've been in this business for 40 years. I actually fixed this water plant. You know that. I saved us $8 to $14 million. Then they take me off because these idiots went out on the Mississippi River in a pontoon. They take me off the water authority. They take me off the water authority because they were on the river in a pontoon with a 4.5 horse Nissan engine. They had access to a rescue boat that's got two 200 horse Honda engines with 3 firemen that are in rescue. And they take me off the water authority and nobody does a damn thing. I saved us millions of dollars. They put Greg on there. Next thing I know, they allow Crystal to get hooked up to our water plant, Tim. They get hooked up to our water plant without paying. All our citizens, think about how many calls that these officers right here had to go on because we had people that had to pay their bills with the water plant because they cut them off. So for 20 years, that's been going on. Now, all of a sudden, they just let, now look at this. Here we go. Here we go.
We got it. We're good. You know, Tim, I can't speak for the city.
Okay, but he said he's going to allow me in the meeting. How come we can't see that? That's the Sunshine Law. And Tim, he touched me. I did not go anywhere. I went to open the door and he touched me. I want to file charges.
You can do that.
I will.
But I'm telling you, the COVID restrictions, the meeting's not closed because it's not open to the public. It's closed because of the COVID-19 until the 22nd of January. That's why we're we're maintaining distance, we're wearing masks.
Okay, Tim, the last meeting where the different council members got sworn in and everything, I watched the mayor of Festus sit up, go up to Bill Gray, shake his hand. I mean, look, I know it's different standards. That's what I'm saying. I get treated like shit, and they screw me whenever I've helped the city, and nobody cares.
I appreciate what you've done to the city. Tim, I know what
Then why are you letting them treat me like this? He went and he lied whenever I was running for office, Tim. He put a bunch of bullshit out there. We were on a Corbett. I tried to get this straightened out. The guy goes, we can't talk to anybody because we're all down. They gave me 30 days. All of a sudden, I'm not able to go to the election. And this is bullshit.
I have no control over that. But I would suggest make sure that everything's squared away on the next election and run the next time. It's only less than
But what about, Tim, okay, whatever. We're going to let Crystal City screw us over. They screw us every time, Doug. They screw us every time. We spent millions of dollars. I was involved. I was the president for 6 years. I was on the board for 8. This is what I do. Memorial Day was my 41st year in this field. That's what I do. I work in water plants all over. And that's why I was able to fix this plant. Crystal City, I knew they were screwing up. I went over to offer my service. I go over there, and Tony Piccarella stands up, and he goes, all I care about is that we don't have to work with Festus. That's what he said. And I thought, you know what? The hell with you guys. It's bullshit. And I mean, I'm pissed off about this because I care about our citizens. And these guys are in there. 4 people voted to allow these guys in. They had access. They said, oh, it's an emergency. It's an emergency. They had that valve over here if it's an emergency. They're one step in to getting that thing, to getting that plant. They actually paid for the pipe to go over there because they're ready. All they're going to do is go, man, our plant's screwed up. Now we need to hook up. And they're going to get it at the same rate that our citizens did after 20 years of paying this. And it pisses me off. There's a memorial right there that these veterans fought for us so we can have the freedom of speech and we can try to handle bullshit like this. And here they are raping our town, and I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to.
And I appreciate your position, but Tim, understand this. We're not closing the meeting to the public for anything other than the COVID-19.
Why don't, okay, so
I can't speak for, I can't
what he's saying is that we can go on YouTube and we can,
yeah, so if you want
that's what, you heard that's what he said, right? That's what he said.
then I go on YouTube and watch it.
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do, I'd like to come over and file charges. He touched me.
It happened because it involves a city official, we have to call Crystal City.
That's fine. Oh, we're going to call Crystal City. Will we please not call Crystal?
How would it look if the police department investigated the city administrator?
I understand that, but do we have to call Crystal? Because that's the whole point about it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of a conflict there.
I can tell you the sheriff's department won't take the report. They'll look at it as a political issue. We can call Herculaneum, see if Herculaneum will come down, but they're part of the water authority too.
Okay, that's fine. You're making your point. You guys are making your point clear. I have no say in this, and I'm going to be screwed. Nobody cares here. You guys allow these guys to screw our citizens. All right.
I'm giving you the opportunity. I'm not denying you anything. I'm telling you that I can't do the investigation because it involves the city administrator with a former
So touching, because I told you, Tim, I said, I'm not going to assault anybody. I'm not going to touch him. All I want to do is come into the meeting, and the first thing I got on tape, because I'm going to post this on YouTube or on Facebook and let everybody know, because they're double standards.
No, there's no double standards. I'm giving you the opportunity. It's what we do with anybody that's involved in the city justice, involved in the conflict with the city employee. We bring in an outside agency.
Okay,
But there's no appearance of any
that's fine. Let's bring them in. And then if they decide that that's okay to push people, I'm going to set that standard that I can push people. I can push people.
I'm telling you, this is what your options are.
Okay.
We can bring in an outside agency to do the investigation. If you want, you can have your tape. I'll bring in an agency. I'll work with you. You want to have Crystal City
Thank
come
you.
over or Herculaneum?
I don't want Crystal because that's the whole point of it.
It's not that easy. We call Crystal to do all of our investigation.
But Tim, the whole issue is with Crystal City screwing us over anyway.
I don't know nothing to do with the police department.
Okay, well, I'll give them a chance. I will do that. If you say they'll treat me fairly, that's what I'll do.
I'm saying that we'll treat you fairly.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And I want to say the police department has handled everything professional with me on all my issues so far, and I do appreciate. You guys are professionals, and I appreciate it.